Welcome back to my channel, Colleen C to Serendipity. Today is July 23rd, 2022. I'd like to bring you this day in history. On July 23rd, 1885, after completing his memoirs, Civil War hero and former U.S. President Ulysses S. Grant died of throat cancer. The son of a tanner, Grant showed little enthusiasm for joining his father's business, so the elder Grant enrolled his son in West Point in 1839. Though Grant later admitted in his memoirs that he had no interest in the military apart from honoring his equestrian skills, he graduated in 1843 and went on to serve in the First Mexican-American War, which he opposed on moral grounds, and then in the California and Oregon tours of duty that forced him to leave behind his beloved wife and children. The loneliness and sheer boredom of duty in the West drove Grant to binge drinking. By 1854, Grant's alcohol consumption was so alarmed his superiors that he was asked to resign from the army. He did, and returned to Missouri to try his hand at farming and land speculation. Although he kicked the alcohol habit, he failed miserably at both vocations and was forced to take a job as a clerk in his father's tanning business. If it were not for the Civil War, Grant might have slipped quickly into obscurity. Instead, he re-enlisted in the Army in 1861 and embarked on a stellar military career. Although his tendencies to binge drink re-emerged and he developed other unhealthy habits, cigar smoking, which probably caused the throat cancer that eventually killed him. In 1862, Grant led troops in the capture of Forts Henry and Donelson in Tennessee and forced the Confederate Army to retreat back to Missouri after the Battle of Shiloh. After the Donelson campaign, Grant received over 10,000 boxes of congratulatory cigars from a grateful citizenry. In 1863, after leading the Union Army to victory at Vicksburg, Grant caught President Abraham Lincoln's attention. The Union Army had suffered under the service of a series of incompetent generals, and Lincoln was in the market for a new Union Supreme Commander. In March 1864, Lincoln revived the rank of Lieutenant General, a rank that had previously been held only by George Washington in 1798, and gave it to Grant. As Supreme Commander of the Union forces, Grant led in a series of epic and bloody battles against Confederate General Robert E. Lee. On April 9, 1865, Lee surrendered to Grant at Appomattox Courthouse. The victory solidified Grant's status as a national hero, and in 1869 he began his first 2 terms as president. Grant's talents as political leader paled woefully in comparison to his military prowess. He was unable to stem the rampant corruption that plagued his administration, and failed to combat a severe economic depression in 1873. However, successes of Grant's tenure included passage of the Enforcement Act in 1870, which temporarily curtailed a political influence of the Ku Klux Klan in the past Civil War South. And in 1875 Civil Rights Act, which attempted to desegregate public places such as restrooms, inns, public conveyances on land or water, theaters, and other places of public amusement. In addition, Grant helped to improve U.S. and British diplomatic relations, which had been damaged by the British offered to supply the Confederate Army with tools to break the Union's naval blockade during the Civil War. He also managed to stay sober during his 2 terms in office. Upon leaving office, Grant's fortunes again declined. Although he and his wife Julia traveled to Europe between 1877 and 1879, amid great fanfare, the couple came home to bankruptcy caused by Grant's unwise investment in a scandal-prone banking firm. Grant spent the last few years of his life writing a detailed account of the Civil War, and after he died of throat cancer in 1885, Julia lived on the royalties earned from his memoirs. Thank you for watching today. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day, and remember to smile, because I love you, and more importantly, God loves you. Bye. I'll see you in my next video.